Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Good morning. What is it? The Three Rivers, the city of Three Rivers or something like that? Anyway, we're getting ready for the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange. It's set to ring here in about 6 minutes or so. We'll, of course, take you to the NYSE for the opening bell. In the meantime, I can tell you that pre-market trading looking very good. Look at our board here. All green, all the way from top to bottom. Hopefully it stays that way for this day of trading. We'll get you there here momentarily, but now let's get you over to David Brody. David, good morning.
Good morning, T. Bates. All right, time for our daily dose of dollars and common sense. We've got American Sunrise Early Edition host and the guy behind Jake's Takes Substacks here with us. That would be Jake Novak. All right, Jake, you're on a Bitcoin watch. So should the rest of us, I guess. What's going on there and why exactly? Good morning.
Yeah, Bitcoin's also near all-time highs. Terrence just showed that board and included gold, which is getting really close to that $4,000 per ounce level that I predicted last week with you. It's going to hit in the next few days. I think we're going there. But don't forget Bitcoin, which has had a nice big comeback. Bitcoin hit 125,000 over the weekend. It's almost there again this morning, as you see on the board there. Thank you, Control Room. It was at 107, 106,000 just a couple of weeks ago. It's a big comeback percentage-wise. It's important to pay attention to all this kind of stuff. You don't have to be a financial wonk. You don't have to watch Bloomberg or anything. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, look, you've got all-time highs on almost every asset class right now. And so if you've diversified, you haven't lost any of the big gains. Just something to note, that's all.
Well, why should we, what should we understand about Bitcoin exactly? Like, why is it going to an all-time high? What are some things going on here? I know that the Trump folks, what is it, Eric Trump and all these guys, they're doing a lot there. What's happening exactly with Bitcoin?
Well, Bitcoin has become an acceptable replacement for gold, and gold's still going up too, as another type of hedge against other things that are going on in the market. So when things start soaring elsewhere, you might want to say, hey, there might be a bubble there, it might pop, and I want to put more money in something that could either be safer or will go up when the other thing goes down. I think all these asset classes, however, are going up because, look, we're getting Fed rate cuts, right, David? And that means the value of the dollar likely goes down a little bit. So you need more dollars to buy the other thing. So whether it's oil, gold, oil's actually staying a little bit calm because there's more supply, but gold's going up because you need more dollars to buy the gold. You need more dollars to buy the Bitcoin, and it's a great way to hedge against inflation and things like that.
That's a great explanation. Okay, so we now have the big, beautiful bill that is now the big, beautiful law signed by President Trump back on July 4th. The mainstream media, the news media, continued to bash it then. They've continued to bash it. But they've created their own fake narrative. Now there seems to be finally a crack in that facade. Explain that, Jake.
Yeah, I mean, look, even if you don't like President Trump, there were some great things that were in the big, beautiful bill for the American economy. They suppressed it as much as they could. I talked about this one thing a couple of times with a few of my guests during the whole debate about the bill. Remember, that was a long debate. It wasn't just the signing of the bill. It took a while before it even got to the president's desk. We now have the mainstream news media, financial news media, in one article over the weekend, just one, I used to work there, CNBC, saying, oh, by the way, there's something in the big, beautiful law that gives you up to a 100% deduction if you're a small business on the equipment that you buy for your business. So it could be a laptop, it could be a truck, it could be a bunch of things. A 100% deduction? Are you kidding me? The old deduction was 40%. This is a huge help. Now, only small businesses can get this. This isn't a giveaway to billionaires. I hate when they say that. This is the same president who in 2017 got the standard deduction doubled for everyone. Like, it was the greatest lower middle class tax break in the history of this country. That was repeated and extended with the big, beautiful bill, big, beautiful law. It's just amazing to me. Even MAGA people don't talk about this enough. They should. We should all start talking about these tax policies that aren't for billionaires, that are making a big difference. Finally, a crack in the facade in the mainstream news media. They should have been telling all the American public about that small business deduction. It is a huge deal, and it's a game changer.
I got 10 seconds. When do you think we might start seeing some of the effects of that big, beautiful bill that's now law? Q4? Q1 of next year?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, listen, small businesses where all the hiring is in America. Big businesses don't really add anything. So I think we're going to see some help in the jobs report eventually with that. But we need to have this. People should know about it. And it's a crime they didn't know about it before, because there may have been some small businesses that could have taken advantage of this already. And they didn't because the news media suppressed it.
Jake Novak, 7 a.m., American Sunrise. Join him. There he is on the early edition. All right, thanks, Jake. Time for Terrence in Denver for the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange, sponsored by AMEC.
The Association of Mature American Citizens is the conservative voice for Americans 50 and older. AMEC is fighting for the values that you hold dear. Join today. Together, we can write the course of America.
The applause is already underway on the podium there at the New York Stock Exchange, which means the bell is going to ring here in short order and the markets will officially open. We just showed you a few minutes ago how the entire board was green from top to bottom. At the moment, there's really only one blemish now in pre-market trading. But let's see if that blemish remains. So you hear the opening bell there, ladies and gentlemen, markets officially open, and the blemish does remain. It's in the Nasdaq, which just went back to the green moments ago. That just goes to show you how quickly things can change. So everything looking pretty good. The Dow, S&P 500, and the Nasdaq are up. Gold, silver, precious metals, as well as crude oil and VIX are all in the green as well. For those of you who are investing, hopefully it's going to continue to be in the green and you'll make a little bit of money today. All right, folks, let's just be blunt. Gold is up around 40% this year. That's not speculation. It's actually reality. If a portion of your savings isn't diversified into gold, well, you're missing the boat. Here are the facts. Inflation is still way too high and the US dollar is still too weak. The government debt is also insurmountable. That's why central banks are flocking to gold these days. They are the ones who are driving prices up to record highs. But it's not too late to buy gold from the Birch Gold Group and get in the door now. The Birch Gold Group will help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. You don't pay a dime out of pocket. Just text the word America to the number 989898 and claim your free information kit. There's no obligation here, just useful information. The best indicator of the future is the past, and gold has historically been a safe haven for millennia. So what else can they say? Text the word America to the number 989898 right now to claim your free information kit on gold. That's America to the number 989898. Protect your future today with the Birch Gold Group. Still to come here on American Sunrise, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says she was locked out of a public building in Illinois after stopping near an ICE facility at the center of this week's protests. Noem's video is going viral this morning, but local officials claim the clip doesn't tell the whole story. We'll show you what really happened next. All right, let's get to this day in history. The jazz singer, that would be me. No, I'm not the jazz singer we're talking about here. It was on this date 98 years ago in 1927 that the landmark film The Jazz Singer premiered, ending Hollywood's silent era. It became a box office hit. Hailed as the first feature-length talkie, the movie contained only about 2 minutes of synchronized dialogue, with the rest conveyed through traditional titles. It was a major milestone for one of America's favorite pastimes and a game changer for cinema. More American Sunrise coming your way in a moment.
Do it over again. Wait a minute, you ain't heard nothing yet. Wait a minute, I tell you. In the third chorus, I whistle. Now give it to him hard and heavy. Go right ahead.